The auditorium lights dim. A hush falls over the crowd. A single spotlight illuminates the center stage. A man steps forward, dressed in a crisp charcoal suit. His posture is straight, his eyes fix ahead. He begins to speak. Each word lands with weight. There's no hesitation, no filler. His here with a purpose. The audience leans in. They sense it too. He introduces a concept without ceremony, action over ideas. Belief without action, he says, is like a match never struck, potential wasted. He pauses, not for drama, but because silence, too, is part of the message. Every second counts. He continues. There's no time for abstract theory. Not here. Not now. He explains that action doesn't wait for clarity. People spend years preparing, planning, waiting for signs. They rehearse conversations they'll never have. They write ideas they never pitch. They sit in rooms full of light and still never step out. He tells them, clarity comes from doing, not from thinking. There's no need to be ready. Readiness is a myth. What matters is motion. He recalls the story of a young entrepreneur who launched a service before it was finished. People laughed. But the feedback she got in that first week became the foundation of a business that scaled globally. She didn't wait. She acted. That's the lesson. You don't need all the answers. You need the will to start. Another story, short, sharp. A man trained for a marathon but never ran. Every morning, he tied his shoes, checked his route, hydrated, stretched. But he never stepped outside. The metaphor lands. Preparation without execution is procrastination in disguise. The crowd is quiet now, absorbing. No phones, no coughing. Just focus. He moves forward. He says action is how dreams survive reality. It's how vision holds up against time. No passion matters if it's not expressed. No skill matters if it's not used. Action is proof. It's the evidence of commitment, the line between want and will. He brings up fear, not to dwell, but to confront. Fear thrives in hesitation. The longer you wait, the louder it gets. The only cure is movement. A single step breaks its grip. A decision made, even the smallest one, weakens doubt. You don't eliminate fear with thought. You replace it with action. He reminds them, confidence doesn't precede action. It follows it. The people you admire weren't sure either. They just moved anyway. They failed, adapted, moved again. Success isn't a straight line. It's made of corrections, not certainty. No one is coming to validate your idea. You validate it yourself, in the doing. He ends with a final charge. There is no perfect moment. There is only this one. Waiting is comfortable, but nothing grows there. Growth is in motion. Speak the thing. Launch the thing. Send the email. Make the call. Say yes. Say no. Move. Now, the spotlight fades. No applause yet. Just impact.an act is more than movement. It is intent crystallized into form. Every action carries weight, whether it is a step forward, a raised hand, or the silence between words. When someone acts, they reveal something deeper than thought. They reveal decision. No matter how small, every act is a choice, and every choice is a declaration of who we are in that moment. People speak of character as if it's invisible, but in reality, character is always visible. It lives in what we do. In performance, an act is structure. It divides a narrative, holds attention, moves a story. Each act is a beginning, a purpose, and an end. It doesn't stall. It doesn't wonder. It moves. In life, the same applies. There's no benefit in waiting for clarity before acting. Clarity follows movement. Doing is what brings truth to the surface. The person who waits for confidence before acting is the one who never begins. Confidence is often the result of doing something unsure. The difference between people lies not in what they feel, but in how they act. Fear is common. Doubt is everywhere. But one person moves despite it, and another does not. That's where the line is drawn. Action isn't just power. It's proof. It shows what you value, what you prioritize, what you will or won't tolerate. Someone can say 1,000 things, but their actions will always carry more weight. Words can lie. Acts don't. We live in a world constantly watching. Every decision is seen, recorded, judged, but the act must never be shaped by approval. An act that seeks validation is not an act, it's a performance. The real thing, the honest move, comes from within. It is done because it's right, not because it's recognized. There is no virtue in being seen as good. The only thing that matters is doing good when no one sees. That's the test. An act ends doubt. When you move, you simplify. Thought can spiral, but action cuts through noise. One step taken in conviction will teach more than 100 theories. Life doesn't reward potential, it rewards proof. And proof is always found in what's done, not in what's planned. Too many wait for perfect timing, but perfect is a lie. Timing is made by the one who moves, not the one who waits. To act is to lead. You don't need a title to do what's right. Leadership is not a position, it's behavior. It's seen in the one who steps forward when others hesitate, who does the work when no one volunteers. Leadership is revealed in action, not in announcements. And every act builds a legacy. Day by day, step by step, the actions you take become the story they'll tell when you're gone. That's how you're remembered. What you do matters. What you don't do matters even more. You can't fake action. You can't hide from it. You're either doing or you're not. And in the end, you are not what you intend. You are what you act. Every act shapes consequence. Not always immediate, not always visible, but always real. You can ignore results, but results don't ignore you. An act is a seed. Plant one with intention, and it will grow. Plant one with carelessness, and it still grows, but what it grows into may not be what you want. This is a quiet law few speak about. Every act lives longer than the moment it's done. People underestimate small acts. They think significance comes in size. It doesn't. Significance comes in direction. A small act done consistently in the right direction beats a dramatic move done once for show. Momentum belongs to the persistent, not the flashy. It's not about one big leap. It's about steady, aligned movement. The quiet repetition of intentional action builds more than bursts of effort ever will. Nothing substitutes execution. Ideas are easy. Plans are safe. But until something is done, nothing has changed. Too many sit in circles talking about what could be, should be, might be. But the only people who make a difference are the ones who get up and act. They write the words. They make the call. They start the work before it's perfect. They don't wait for conditions. They create them. Power lies in the hand that moves, not in the mouth that speaks. There will always be reasons not to act. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment, fear of discomfort. But fear isn't a reason, it's a test. The ones who move forward despite it become something more. The ones who obey it remain where they are. Courage is not loud. It's often quiet, often unseen, often done in private. But every brave act, no matter how small. People think they'll act once they feel ready. But readiness is rarely real. You will never feel fully prepared. You will never know everything. The moment you wait for doesn't arrive. It's built. Built by movement. Built by trying. Failing. PK News, break, subscribe, and like by next video. Bye.